Welcome, everybody, to the Hebrew Rebels podcast, episode 35. A nice Sunday edition, I think maybe for the first time ever.
That's why I'm wearing white.
It's just been a busy week, and we kept having to postpone. I feel really bad about it, but here we are.
We did a Post Malone once, too.
We did do that. That was episode 4. And 7 or 8 when I actually had a video of me watching him.
There you go.
He comes up a lot on the show thanks to me and now you. Yeah, I had a tiring week. How was your week?
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan.
I like movies and he likes video games, and we both like to talk about them.
Which is what we're gonna do.
Just out of the groove. Yeah, we're gonna talk about probably mostly stuff we've been watching, because just like last week, I haven't played very much.
Oh, really? Because everything I have to talk about is
good.
Game-related.
Perfect. That's how the show is supposed to be. So that's good.
I do have one movie thing.
Okay.
If I might so
Let's
kindly
get
start
into
with
it.
that.
Hit me with it.
Space Jam apparently is how I typed it.
Space James.
Space Jam.
I like that.
A new
Hope.
legacy. Episode 4. They're gonna do the 4th Space Jam second. It's confusing, but
that would be something that Star Wars would do. So
yeah,
maybe in a different universe.
No, Star Wars would never do that.
So
maybe they do the 4th one first.
Whenever this whole thing ends, you and I still need to watch Space Jam together, because I still don't have it in my brain, but you want to watch it with me. So
yes, I'll put it in your brain.
Whenever that's most acceptable, I think we should do that. Does this have a release date yet?
July 2021.
Okay.
So we've got some time.
Is it all filmed and everything?
They did a lot of that last year. So because it's, Space Jam, I'm assuming they did human filming last year, and now they're working on editing. Yeah, so they did it last off season, and then now they're working on like editing and creating the CG for the animated characters and whatnot.
Yeah.
The title card is really cool though. It's got the new logo, which just looks so clean, and it just says LeBron James, Bugs Bunny. And it's like, this is real? Oh my God, we're doing this. It's amazing.
I'm looking this up real quick.
And LeBron, so he tweeted out a video of him wearing a hat with the logo, and it's so 90s. The logo itself is very modern, but the way they did like the patch on like this hat, just on this like regular hat, it's so throwback.
Yeah.
Like a dad hat.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And I like the idea that like every generation they can make a new Space Jam movie, potentially. Yes.
Not until we get another LeBron James.
That's what I'm saying. Like every generation, when there's a new like arguably greatest of all time basketball player, there will be one every 30 years or so.
I don't want to assume that, to be perfectly honest, because I think it undermines what's happening with LeBron. It's like, oh, we'll get the next LeBron soon. It's like, or never.
I'm not saying the next LeBron.
What if there's never anybody?
Well, someone would have said the exact same thing about Michael Jordan. But someone would have said the exact same thing about Michael Jordan. But LeBron James isn't Michael Jordan. They're not the same player.
Yeah.
So there will be another like freak of nature player, I think. Not that he's better than LeBron or is the new LeBron. It's just like a new like, how is this person real?
That's Zion.
Yeah.
And it's so weird, the overlap, like, because this was his rookie season, but Zion is like, he doesn't work in your brain what he is. And that was what I remember. Like, we're so used to LeBron that we really do take it for granted now. But I remember when he was coming out and people were like, he's 6'8", 260, and how fast? And he can jump high. Like his what he is didn't make any sense.
Right.
And but still, the legacy wise, you got to earn it. So
as far as numbers go, was he like one of the best college players of all time?
Who?
Zion.
He did 1 year at Duke. And
was that
blew out his shoe, and college is not a barometer.
So he's all just potential. Like they just see that he could become something, but he hasn't actually shown
So I investigated this a little bit recently because I've been like learning more about basketball history. In the past like year or so I learned more about like really what Wilt Chamberlain was.
Yeah.
It's you got to talk to an older person to understand this. So Zion, right? The hype. Everybody knows him. You've seen the highlight videos and stuff. I know people that were hating on him, and I was like, okay, I don't want to like pick a side without being informed. So I went back, and he's got lots of footage, and I just watched some of him in high school, and I'm like, as a basketball player, I'm like, I just want to watch and see what I get. You can see it.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different. It's like you think someone's good, but then you see a guy like that, and you're like, what? Like
He has
you
that
don't know
X
if-
factor, whatever that means.
And so with him, it's his body.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, that's what it is. But
For Wilt or for Zion?
for Zion,
Yeah.
and it's really like you got to let it happen because then it proves itself, kind of a thing. But it's really the transition. You never know if someone's success will transition to the next level.
Right.
And
A lot of times in college, like college football, doesn't at all.
somebody could be so good and then it doesn't translate.
Right.
And sometimes the reverse happens where they don't really work on the college level and then
But they
there's
find
something
their
about
their spot in the
pro
pros.
level. And the first like couple preseason games or whatever that Zion was in, he drove to the rim on these like experienced 7-foot like giant strong men, and they looked like children. Like they moved. And it's like you see that and you're like, that's what happened.
Right.
But if you really like pause for a second and really think about it, there's something more going on there that's eventually going to show itself over time. Especially when he gets the confidence, it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited for his career.
It's such a shame that this was the year that had to. Like,
I'm
his
way more
rookie year
concerned
would've
about
been-
LeBron.
Yeah.
Way more.
Since he's on his way out.
Yeah, Zion had already missed most of the season. Like it didn't really matter.
How true. Yeah, he had a
although-
bad first season.
Well,
Unfortunate first season.
he was hurt, but not. He
That's what I'm
came back
saying.
and immediately started dominating.
Right. No, I'm just saying like the structure of his rookie year completely
been-
destroyed.
Yeah, it's been quite a roller coaster.
I was watching SportsCenter the other day, and they were talking about, or no, I think I was watching Colin Cowherd's radio show for a little bit, and he was talking about Luka. I didn't realize he was a
he's
point
another
guard.
one. Yeah,
Because he was
another
saying
one.
like he could potentially be like top 10 all time, like
Yep.
point scoring. Like really?
Yep.
He's so big.
It's really fun. I'm really excited. You have that transition period where you're like, we're losing Kobe, and not losing Kobe, but like he's retiring, and
Right.
this guy's retiring, and these have been the people of the NBA.
You feel like the
and-
sport's
and-
over.
Yeah, you feel like it's over because, and that's saying like it's not that there weren't good people,
Right.
but I didn't see the future. There were guys like Durant and Curry and stuff, but they're also like a little older. All of a sudden, in one draft, 2 drafts now, you could stretch it to 3. You're seeing how that new layer is coming in.
The
And we've
new
got
leaders
guys-
of this like generation.
Giannis is kind of, and he's been there for so long and just now going to become the face.
Yeah.
Once LeBron goes out, and because even Durant is getting older. It's
Right.
crazy. Like Durant never had an opportunity to be the face of the NBA because LeBron was there at the same time.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. But Luka is a good one. Zion, I think, will be one. We've clearly seen Lonzo's going to be a great player. Brandon Ingram,
Yeah, buddy.
he could really be something.
I could be a Pelicans fan at some point if they ever get back to playing basketball. But
I will be a Pelicans fan as long as they don't even get close to messing with us.
right.
I support those guys. I watch them. I root for them. Like
Yeah, I won't root for them
Yeah.
over the Lakers, but
Yep.
I want them to do well.
for sure, they're a fun team, and the fact that Zion's there, like it's exciting.
Yeah.
But another guy, Trae Young,
Yeah.
and it's very interesting because him and Luka were traded picks. One was like 3 and 5 or something, and they were traded. They were both like question marks, and they've both completely proven that they're going to be one top players in the league for years to come.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. It's fun.
I
They
didn't-
got a little bit of swag.
I had heard of Trae Young, but I hadn't really
Yeah.
seen him very much. And I was watching ESPN did this like horse
He was
competition.
horrible. He was so bad.
But I liked him though. I liked
He's
him a
fun.
lot.
So, and you know, the Kobe connection.
With him and Trey, or with
Yeah.
no.
Trey was Gianna's favorite player, and they had just recently met and like started to build this relationship. So he was especially devastated when
Yeah.
everything happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that was developing.
Right.
But I think he's gonna be. I really like him. He was the like when he was in college. Is he the next Curry?
Okay.
But no. So I could talk all day for this, but there's no basketball, so we'll move on.
A little bit of
What have you watched?
news, I guess. Have you heard about this whole beef with AMC theaters and Universal?
No. Oh my god, I want to look it up.
Apparently, Universal put Trolls World Tour out for rental / purchase on streaming services or whatever, right?
Okay.
As people are doing right now because the movie's not in theaters, and they made $100 million in the first 3 weeks. It's think I heard it's the most rented movie of all time, or something, some wild stat like that, like the most successful at home like rental ever, or maybe for an animated movie. It might be animated, but
how does that compare to box office numbers?
So the movie company makes 80% of revenue from rentals. They only make 50% from ticket sales. So naturally, Universal was like, maybe in the future, for some movies, it's better for us to just release it at home, because a lot of like families with young kids will still do this. And AMC was like, no, you're supposed to put your movie in our theater. If you're going to do that, we're banning all Universal movies from our theaters. I agree.
They have to. It's the only way they can survive.
I believe I heard that Regal did the same thing in response to what AMC said.
The theaters should work together right now because they need to survive.
Because we're talking about Fast and the Furious, James Bond, like all the like Minions and like Despicable Me movies.
Here's why it's scary, because now there's data. And that's usually the reason things don't happen, is there's not data to know. It's not like it won't make, it's like, will it even make anything? So I think that this is a special situation where everybody's stuck at home with their kids and they don't know what to do with them. And so they're just like, well, let's all rent the damn movie and show this to our children.
Right.
Once this is over, that won't be the case. Now,
like if people could go to theaters, they wouldn't have had as many rentals.
No, exactly. They still would have had some, but not as many.
Because I was talking to my dad about it, and I said, I think one of these blockbuster movies is going to take a risk and release it at home. Like, a Wonder Woman or a Top Gun, or just like one of those kind of movies. I think one of them will do it. And if it does really, really well, I think theaters could be in trouble.
Yeah. Once they see that it'll work. The thing is I could have told you. That would work. It's common sense. Someone can sit at home and rent a movie. We already do that. A new movie, I don't have to go to the theater. You know how many people don't like to go out in public?
Right.
Like, just in general, they're just homebodies, or they're like anxious and they don't want to do that. So
but
there could be a whole nother market to tap into.
Right.
But it's not the only market. And that's what I hope.
Well, and AMC isn't even upset that they released it for rental right now. They're just saying, once things go back to normal, you can't do that.
Yep.
And I think Universal is going to end up losing in that sense, because like you said, when things go back to normal, people are going to want to go to theaters. They're not going to want to just watch things at home. So if there
will be a bridge of some sort.
Things will change for sure, and
they'll try to double dip, which I'm fine with. It's like, so this is, so I don't know if I mentioned recently, but I watched this somebody did this documentary about the history of Walt Disney Home Video.
Yeah, you did.
Did we? Yeah, and it's just like this. It's Disney thinks this. They think this is what it is. You get pushed just to the point where you do something, and then you're like, okay, this kind of works, and you transition.
Right.
So apparently Disney movies used to be exclusively seen in theaters, and that was how they did it. Like, I never would have known, because in our life that's never been what it is.
Right.
And so I think
but then it takes the streaming world to completely change all that.
But look, they're still in theaters 100 years on, and they're still in theaters, but maybe like you only have to wait a month, or maybe instead of 6 months. It used to be a year. Sometimes they'd make people wait to really push them to get into theaters. It's all about pushing people and their emotions and manipulating them into making certain purchases.
What I wonder is if Universal would do something like, okay, we're gonna make another Trolls movie. We'll just
Yeah.
sell it to Netflix, and then they can show it. It's like we'll just make that money right off the bat.
Yeah.
Netflix can just push it. It's free now for everyone to stream at home if you have Netflix. I don't know if that's still the same issue with the theaters, but like that could be a potential option
What
in the future too.
did you remember? I don't remember when. I think it was this year though. AMC launched a streaming service, and they're trying to
Yeah.
and like do where like buy a ticket and get it the movie, and they're trying to do cross promotion. So maybe they'll open up a separate service where they can release them on there, and that people can or like pay for them at home.
Those kind of like more Trolls like kids movies. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
true. Yeah,
It's
that could work.
Here's the other messy thing. Movie theaters make their money on concessions.
Right.
And so that means we want to make a kids movie where you have to bring your entire family in and spend a bunch of money on concessions because you have kids that are yelling at you. That's where I'm like, maybe people won't go to theaters because they're not looking at $10 ticket. They're looking at an $80 to $100 trip. I can just rent it for $20 at home and show all my kids.
Just the pain of wrangling all those kids. Like I've never taken children to a movie before. I'm not looking forward to that necessarily.
No.
Unless it's my own. Maybe I'll like it a little bit more then. But I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm taking other kids to a movie theater. But
You're not, hopefully.
no, I'm not. It sounds like a nightmare, honestly.
Yeah. And so that's why there's a lot of variables at play here. But potentially, like, I don't think movie theaters will ever disappear because the reality is not everybody has a theater at their home.
Right.
And you need a place where you can put your movie in the best quality, the best look, best everything. I could see a downsize happen. Less theaters, smaller theaters.
I mean, we
something
have
like that. To
4
lower operating costs.
within just a quick little drive from us. That
Fewer.
seems
That's another one. Fewer
Yeah.
theaters.
Yeah.
That'll happen. Well, here that it's already happened. I was talking to my grandma recently about the old dollar theaters. I went to those when I was a kid. Those were still around. She was like, "Yeah, over by the mall over there where the dollar theater used to be, by the Galleria."
Yep, that's where I saw
When-
at Treasure Island.
So when I was a kid, there was $1 theater.
Yeah.
There was like and then there was the dollar theater. It turns out what it used to be was that was a theater hub, and there were like 6 or 7 theaters, all individual buildings.
Oh, really?
It was like a complex of theaters. That's what it used to be like.
Oh, weird.
Like we never ever would have known.
No.
And it's like things will change and adapt, but I think the concept of going to a theater will survive. I think we can like rest assured that will survive.
I think even the casual moviegoer who only goes a couple times a year still loves that concept.
Yep.
I hope.
Even for one movie, right? If it's for that one big blockbuster movie.
Your end game of the year, like
Yep. The one scary part is the revenue. It's when these studios can capture 80%, 90%, 100% of the revenue. And the law that went up this year, that ran up this year, where studios can't run movie theaters, Disney might just start opening theaters.
The law says that they can run movie theaters?
For 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, I don't remember how long it's been, studios were not allowed to run theaters.
But now they can.
Now that law ran up, so
because I have heard the Disney theater chain.
Because now they're so big,
right?
They have the power. The theaters used to have the power. Now they don't.
I mean, and that they would do really well because if they just exclusively play their Marvel, Star Wars, Disney princess movies.
Yep. It's bigger than that now with Searchlight and all the Fox properties that they picked up and all of those studios. They have an entire
I think Invisible Man is like a Fox movie that that would have probably been there. That's Touchstone was what Disney wanted to make more controversial movies, so they founded Touchstone to put that under that label. Right.
I don't know. I'm a little worried, but also not like too worried.
I still want them to reopen that theater in downtown Disney. I'm so upset that there's just an empty theater there.
Oh, that's so sad. But don't worry. If theaters go away, I will build one. That's always been my dream to have a home theater. So in my home. So if that was ever to happen, then that moves to the top of the priority list almost immediately.
As much as I'm afraid of like theater movie watching going away, which I don't think it will for a while, but I don't like that idea. I'm more scared of just movies changing forever. Because I was listening to Kind of Funny, and they were saying like if theaters go away, and there's a
Oh,
whole different like stream of money coming in. If you don't make as much money on movies anymore, then they
Quibi.
could change how movies are forever. You can't afford as big actors or as much effects. Like, I don't want movies to change.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
fine watching the same movies from my house if I have to, as long as they don't
When
go down in
when would you
quality.
say the last time movies changed,
I don't know. It
if
feels like we're
ever?
in like this really nice era of good movies, and I think back to like the early to mid like 2000s, and they weren't as good then. But I
I
don't
guess
know.
that's where I'm just like, I think it's inevitable. I think that's the. I'm
I
so
know.
with you where I want to find this niche and just sit in it, and it's perfect, and let's just do this forever now.
Like
I don't know.
I feel like I stamp like Avatar as the start as this of this like era of just banger
Interesting.
movie.
Because it just everybody's like, we need to make that much money.
Yeah,
And then the MCU. The MCU has changed
the
movies.
MCU. Yeah, for sure. That's
That's
been
been
a
that's
through
been the
line for the
biggest.
last 12 years.
Every oh god, wow, yeah, that's enough time to
Yeah.
change things. Because I'm thinking of the MonsterVerse that they tried and failed, like because they're like, oh, a connected universe of movies. Okay, let's do that. Oh wait, we didn't actually think this through.
But that's what gave us Invisible Man though. They were gonna make a garbage movie, and Universal sold the rights to some of their movies to Blumhouse,
Okay,
who is like a horror movie
yeah,
company. So they made
heard that.
Invisible Man instead of Universal making this like stupid. Because remember The Mummy with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
I
So wait,
didn't I
Invisible
didn't.
Man was going to be connected.
Well, so you mentioned the MonsterVerse. Like they were gonna
Yeah,
make a movie
the
for all
Mummy
the
was the
different. The Mummy was
first
the
one.
first one, and then they killed it after that because that movie did
Yeah,
terrible. So they're like,
horrible.
okay, we're not proceeding with this, but we'll sell these rights to other companies so they can make their own like
So
good
that's what I'm saying. Like
movies.
the Invisible Man was going to potentially be somewhere in there.
Yeah, but not even the same story at all. They just they let Blumhouse go make an Invisible Man movie. They didn't. I don't
Not the
think they had
story, but
written it or anything, but yeah, oh
or
yeah,
not even.
all the monster movies were going to be connected somehow.
But I'm trying to imagine if there was going to be an Invisible Man, the character, not the story, the plot, or any of that, but the character was because what rights did they sell then to what movies if it wasn't a concept or a story or anything?
Just the right to use like I guess they must have a copyright for like the Invisible Man or something.
That's where I'm. Yeah, I'm just
I think I
because I
think
don't
they do.
know.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Did they mention like would Godzilla have fallen over there? Because they're doing the Godzilla
Mm.
King Kong connected
Oh, is that what you meant by
thing.
the MonsterVerse?
No, the MonsterVerse, the Mummy thing, exactly like you said
Right.
it. But I never understood how that was going to expand. Like that doesn't make sense.
Because yeah, they
What?
were gonna do like the Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein, Invisible
Oh,
Man, probably like some sort of like werewolf, Wolfman kind of thing. All
I
that.
didn't realize that. Okay, so it
Yeah,
would have
yeah,
been all of that kind of creepy stuff like that. Oh
yeah.
God, I don't want to live in that world where all of that stuff
It would have
exists.
been bad, but now it could be cool. If I don't think they're gonna be connected though, but we could still get good movies out of it.
Which is all I want.
Yeah,
It's just such a shame because the original Mummy movies are some of my favorite with
I
Brendan
haven't seen them
Fraser.
still. Are they all good? Are they all decent?
Jordan's never seen the Mummy. Yeah, you got a head shake. All right, we'll host that here
Okay,
because
you guys have a lot
those
of
are
stuff
so
to show
fun.
me.
I know.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
You know what should become popular again?
What should
What?
become popular again?
Drive or like drive.
Yes, thank you for saying that.
Drive-ins?
My
Is that what
grandma
you
brought
said?
that up. In the midst of the coronavirus,
Yeah.
drive-in theaters would be perfect.
Perfect.
We're all separated,
Yep.
and you can go see a movie. And
Yep.
you plug in your audio into your car, and we've all
Yeah.
got
You don't
good
even need the
audio
weird like window
systems
thing. It's
and-
just on your radio.
yeah, do it Bluetooth, do it radio. Yeah, radio would probably make more sense. And they have HD radio now.
Yep.
So I think that would be a lot of fun if they could find a way to do that.
I feel like it wouldn't be too difficult to do like some sort of pop-up movie theater, at least
They
in
do
like
drive-in.
major
There are
areas.
drive-in. There are drive-in. Oh, we should go to a drive-in movie. We should see if there's any
There's one
playing and
not
go do
too
that.
far from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I've always wanted to go to one.
Yeah, I've not done that. That would be fun.
I'm
I would
looking
love
it
And we can just wave.
Yeah,
Thank you for that, Maya. That was
Good-
that was a great addition.
fantastic idea, Maya.
So what have you been watching?
I watched the first season of a fantastic show that I have been itching to recommend to you,
I'm
but I
really
wanted to wait
curious.
until now.
I'm really curious if it's what I'm thinking you're gonna say.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
So there's a show that I'm wanting to watch that I didn't realize who the main character was.
It's possible.
Is it Dave?
It is Dave, dude.
Yes, I really want to watch that.
Dave is so good.
Yeah. I literally have it. I finally pulled up the watch on FXX or whatever on my it's on my browser right now. So
you are going to really like Dave.
I love Lil Dicky. So
I
didn't realize it was him.
Yeah.
Like I'd seen billboards maybe and stuff, but I didn't put two in. He's now a TV star. Good for him, man.
Yep, he's killing it, dude.
I'm so happy
you introduced me to him. Like you played me Save That Money.
Yeah, one of those songs.
A few years ago. I'm like, this guy's funny. I like this guy. And then there was Freaky Friday. Love that song. One of my all-time favorite songs. But I didn't really know him at all. I had never seen him in interviews or anything. I just knew those couple songs.
Save That Money. He's bragging about saving instead of spending. It took me a second to remember. I always remember the Snoop Dogg song where he's like auditioning to be a rapper and he's proving himself.
And the fantastic thing, that I love that song too. The funny thing about Save That Money is I heard that he filmed the music video for that song while on the set for another music video. So while there was a bunch of people like dancing around partying, he's just in there like with his friend recording him mouthing the words to his own music video just to save money.
Oh, that makes it so much better. It's like
so
some
genius.
kind of meta level. Oh, that's amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
But Dave is hilarious. Really like touching and heartwarming, and just it's the best characters you're gonna
that's
love.
what I love. I'm all about characters,
and it's nice and short. It's like 30-minute episodes.
10 episodes I saw. I was like, I can knock that out easy.
I can't wait for more. I cannot wait for more. Please watch it.
I definitely, and I want to say that I got that Tim had mentioned it so many times. I was like, I feel like I've heard of this, and then that's when I was like, oh, it's Lil Dicky. Oh my god, I need to watch this, and I pulled it up.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Enjoy Dave.
We'll probably finish Community, and then maybe we'll watch Dave.
All of it?
I'm thinking maybe, yeah.
Watch Dave. Just watch Dave real quick.
Really?
So we can talk about it. Yeah, I mean, you could do that in a few sessions. Because Community, you still have, what, like 3 seasons left?
Yeah, that's true. It'll take longer.
Yeah.
We'll watch it tonight. Okay.
I also finished Lego Masters.
Oh, nice.
Also on Hulu. If you, I know you like Legos. I think it's a really well done
is Masked
game show.
Singer on Hulu?
Yeah.
I need to start watching that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I was watching Masked Singer at the same time as you, and then when Lego Masters came up, I'm like, I'll watch this instead. I
just remember because it was after it.
It's Will Arnett can rub people the wrong way. I feel like he's kind of hit or miss, but the show really kind of made me like him a lot more.
He's good in it.
Yeah,
because I'm very much based on what he's in. I take it or leave it.
I think you'll like him. He's very extreme. Like I don't think he has the potential to be serious at all ever, but it works.
But he seems serious. That's his conundrum.
He's always making some sort of joke or quip or punchline. It's just like, dude, how do you do this all the time? Relax. But I like it.
You watched Arrested Development?
I've seen a season and a half of that show. I need to go back and watch it at some point, but
I'm not going to. That sounds about exactly how much of it I watched.
It was not my thing. One of my friends in high school could not stop talking about it. He's like, it's the funniest, best show of all time. And I watched it. I'm like,
that's okay.
When do I start laughing? Because
it's that kind of humor that doesn't really resonate with me. I love Jason Bateman, and watching that made me not like him.
Well, and I like Michael Cera too, and he was just sort of annoying.
Yeah, everybody annoying. Everyone's just, but that's the show. It's dysfunctional annoyingness. Like,
it's like you with Seinfeld. It's like if you don't like any of the people, then it's hard to like the show.
I'm happy you brought that up because I feel bad about hating on Seinfeld because I really do want to give it another try.
Me too, actually.
Maya
Does she like it? She likes it. Okay.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of Jerry Seinfeld, but I've never disliked him. I've never been like, oh, I hate this guy, but I've always just like not really gotten grabbed.
Right.
But I think maybe if I watch Seinfeld and give it a chance and sit in it, and I think I'm going to do that. And people have too many good things to say about it.
For sure. My dad has done a really good job of getting me interested because there's a lot of times when I'll leave my room, I'll go out and he's watching an episode and he'll just be crying, laughing. And he'll rewind it. He's like, you just have to see this. And he'll show me just the funniest parts of the episodes or of like certain seasons. I'm like, this is pretty funny. It's ridiculous, but this is pretty funny. It's to the point where I want to give it all a shot.
I see, and that's sometimes you need that. You need that touch point
Yeah.
of somebody to like get you that context or like that. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay to. This is funny. Like,
Right.
There's one Seinfeld moment that I really respect for being clever. That comes up a lot. I think it was a big Seinfeld moment, and that was when they were doing a bet on not on abstaining themselves.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this joke?
I think so.
And like basically, I think it's like they walk out the door and Kramer comes back in and puts the money down. He says, "I'm out," like almost immediately or something. Like it's really, really early on. And I've heard that come up multiple times. And I so get why that is so. It took, apparently, it was the kind of moment where Monday morning at work,
Right.
everybody was talking about it, kind of a thing.
It was the water cooler show. Everyone talked about the episode at the office.
So I want to give it another try.
And that's the same reason that I feel like shows should release weekly. For that moment, to go to work or to school and talk about it with people.
It's smart.
Yeah.
You're getting that buzz, that natural thing. And then I would think more people are going to then maybe tune in for the next episode. And they've only missed one. They haven't missed 10 and it's over.
Right. Exactly.
I still haven't watched The Witcher.
I haven't either. And I don't know when I started it. Barely. I got like 10 minutes into it. And then I was just like, meh. I want to. I really want to. But okay, thank you for bringing this up because I just realized this recently. Do you realize Henry Cavill is British?
I forgot again. I think I've been through this multiple times.
Because Superman, American accent.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, American accent. The Witcher, somewhere where he could easily have a British accent in the world of like all European sounding people.
Doesn't have that accent.
Has like an American sort of sounding accent. Why? That's so weird.
I feel like that about Tom Holland.
He should just officially change his accent.
Just don't talk like that anymore. It's like, oh, I just want to be proper. It's like, or you can just chill.
You're just a kid from New York. No.
Yeah, just chill.
Man, that blew my mind when I found that out recently.
We should compile a list of. Oh, I remember the first British actor that blew my mind.
There's been a lot. Hugh Laurie.
House. I knew him as House. And then I heard him talk British. I'm like, no, that's wrong. You're a great American doctor.
I always saw him in the commercials. I never watched the show, but like, I think I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, that guy's British. Who really threw me off?
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. It's happened way too many times.
Half the cast of Rick Grimes. He's a good one.
What's his name?
I had it 2 seconds ago because I always think of him now in Love Actually.
Do you like that movie?
We've started it like 4 times.
I haven't finished it.
Gotten past, but I enjoyed the little bit of it that I have seen.
Andrew Lincoln.
I knew it was an A something.
I think that movie's a little bit overrated, but.
And I think that might be the problem when I'm trying to watch it. And I'm like, I haven't gotten to the good part yet. And then I'm a little afraid there's not going to be a good part.
Because everyone's like, oh, it's the greatest Christmas movie ever. And I'm like, oh, this better blow my mind. Because I think the same person that wrote it wrote About Time. So I also hyped it up too much in my own head. Yeah.
It's got to hit that level.
This isn't it.
Think about it like the movie they did before. Order is important. They made About Time that amazing because Love Actually came before it. I think that's something we always get tripped up on.
True. But then there was the movie Yesterday from last year, which was also by the same writer as About Time. I'm like, this could be it. This could be my new favorite movie. And it didn't work. I got to stop doing that to myself.
I was going to say, maybe don't look who's making it.
It's not a bad movie, but it just wasn't my favorite. Christian Bale was the other one. He was. I know it now, obviously, but when I found that out, I was like, "What? Batman is British, or Scottish, or whatever he is, Australian? I don't even know."
No, he's
British, right?
He's British.
Very British.
Could be any of the Britain places.
Scotland, yeah. I always forget how that all works.
I'm British and Welsh, but I'm not English.
Right. But I'm just Irish.
Yeah.
But if I was Northern Irish, would I be British?
You'd be UK-ish.
UK-ish.
Yeah.
British is just that island.
Great Britain.
So Scotland, England, and
Wales.
Got it.
Do you have anything else to talk about? Because this is a weirdly great segue for something that I was going to talk. We'll talk about this later.
Actually, I only have one more point for the entire thing. So you can talk about this in games, and let's get to it.
Go.
No, go.
No, this thing is games.
Okay. There was one other thing. Have you seen John Krasinski's new YouTube channel?
Oh, the good news.
Some good news. Yeah.
Some good news. Yeah.
I really like the concept.
I saw the first one with Steve Carell. I haven't seen any others.
It's just an at-home like news production of just all lighthearted, heartwarming, happy things, and that makes me. I enjoy that someone's doing that, and I like that it's him.
Yeah, he's a feel-good kind of guy.
Because I don't really like John Krasinski the person. I love Jim. I don't like John Krasinski very much, but I like him.
What about him? Has he done something to?
He just.
Is it because he's not Jim?
I don't know. He doesn't. He just rubs me the wrong way a little bit for some reason. Like he seems like he's always. I know I'm wrong. I don't know him personally at all. He just to me like seems sort of fake, and I don't know why that is.
Oh yeah, I get you.
But I like him as an actor.
Is it because he's too perfect? You're like, that can't be.
It's possible.
You know those people where they just seem like everything you do. Jim's not. Jim has flaws.
Right.
And we see that and stuff. Right? And you got to go through that. But I don't like people that seem overly perfect.
I don't know. It's just
not to hate.
Anytime he like talks or is in interviews, he just seems maybe even like a little bit full of himself. But that's just to me. But
that's fine.
But there's some good news. I like it. And then he did like a whole like at-home prom for a bunch of kids and stuff, and all the guests he has. And it seems like I like the low quality of it too, because it seems like he's just doing it from
for
home.
The attention.
Probably, you're right. Yeah, he just wants the money and the love from his fans.
You like the kind of like
it's not so overproduced. It seems like he's recording it and editing it from his house, and I like that because it's just it seems like a one-man show.
It's really expensive to get that kind of quality.
I'm sure he has the means, but
no, he's paying somebody a lot of money to make it look like he's doing it.
To make it look bad. Because he's so perfect that it would just naturally look amazing.
Yeah. The sign is
just hand
like
drawn.
Hand drawn, right? And
yeah.
Stuff. We should do that. I'll make a sign for next week and it'll just say Huber Rebels up there.
Well,
I'll just paint it on the wall.
Until we get the sign that we want, we probably should do that. I don't know.
Some janky one. We'll
do
that for the future.
We could just make it out of like yarn or something.
Depending on what order our things are in, you could always have. We could have one person have Huber and one person have Rebels.
Oh, that'd be cool. Well, for the most part, I always make sure I'm on the left and you're on the right, so we could do that. And you have a giant space right behind you. I could put mine on my door, and you could put yours on the wall back there.
You're on top of me right now.
Yeah, I am. We had a good segue. We should have just jumped right into whatever you wanted.
No, I wanted to make another point. We drove up Angeles Crest Highway today to kind of get out and see nature.
Yeah,
gorgeous out. A lot of people, a lot of crazy people that drive on those roads. I drive careful. I'm sorry, I don't want to go off the edge of a mountain.
No, I would never want that.
Go a little fast, but man, the cars up there going. On the way down, apparently we passed Jay Leno.
Really?
Yeah.
I
didn't see him, but somebody else caught him. He was in one of the like. I saw the old car, but I was driving, so I didn't look at the person. But he was driving like top down old car up the mountain.
Yep. Sounds like something he would do. No, nothing. I was gonna ask if he was like filming something, but obviously not right now.
Yeah, probably not. They just announced the new season of Jay Leno's Garage or whatever, and I think I might watch this one.
I love that show.
It looks really good. I've always wanted to watch it, but I'm not that into cars.
I've seen most of them, I think.
The Cybertruck episode, and I remember when people were posting stuff of Jay Leno and Elon together.
Yeah.
Who has gone off the rails, by the way. I'm very not disappointed. I'm not his father, but like I'm definitely like, okay.
With bro, what?
The stuff he's been tweeting. He cut Tesla lost $14 billion in one day because he tweeted one morning. He's like, he's like, Tesla's stock price is too high, IMO.
Oh,
and so immediately everybody sold their stock off.
That's really weird.
Pissed.
He's also really funny because I was go.
No. Finish.
I was just talking to my manager yesterday, and we were saying if anyone was gonna bring Thanos to our world, it would probably be Elon Musk. Like
Trying to help us.
you know how Iron Man. No, not actually bring him, but like Iron Man caused all that stuff to fall
That's
into
what I
place.
mean.
Where
Yeah. But trying
Elon
to help.
Musk-
He's trying to save.
Right.
Iron Man's biggest fear was protecting the planet, and it
Right.
ended up bringing the worst possible things here. Yeah.
Right.
He's been compared.
He's gonna bring Thanos. Yeah, 100%.
So he's also posting a bunch of really irresponsible tweets about freedom and how wrong this is, and it's fascist and stuff. And it's like, dude, this is really irresponsible.
Yeah.
And he's just gone. Then he was like, oh, he did another one. I've sold all of my physical possessions and I'm gonna go away or something. Like, and then he was like, because my girlfriend Grimes is mad at me.
What?
I'm starting to wonder if he has not on his meds, if he's going through, because he has these periods where this happens.
Right.
It's
just like it doesn't seem like there's anyone that can keep Elon in check. Like he doesn't have to answer to many people. It doesn't seem like, so he just does or says what he feels like.
I'd imagine anybody that tried to explain what he was doing was wrong, he'd flip it on them and explain why everything's wrong with you, actually.
You think he's a nightmare to deal with in person?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. You gotta really care about the mission and really be on top of your stuff. If you're trying to change the world, because that's what he is. I look at him as somebody who his brain is going 1,000 million miles an hour. He can't keep up with it, and so he's just trying to get as much done as he can in this world, and everybody around him deal with it or go away. And I think that's fair, considering the things he's accomplishing and trying to do. And that's why I don't want to go be around him, but he also has a duty to society. It was like the pedo comments about the guy in Thailand when those boys were stuck in the cave. It's dude, you don't need to say that.
It's so inappropriate.
Yeah.
But
that aside from that,
still rooting for him and his companies, or his companies. I'm rooting for his companies. Hopefully
Starship.
He can focus his brain a little bit more towards those things. But
I want him to be happy. He's not happy.
Yeah.
And that's a shame.
I would imagine it's really hard to be happy if you're in that position. If you have that much money, that much power.
I think you can find a way.
I think it's really hard.
I think it's absolutely really hard, but I think
that's possible for sure.
I don't think he cares to right now.
Yeah.
Because he's more focused on getting this at the sacrifice.
I think he would rather be remembered as doing all these things than be happy in his own his own life. Yeah, that sucks.
We'll see. Maybe he can find some peace once a lot of this is accomplished.
I hope so.
Should we take a break or?
Let's take a break and then talk about some video games.
Yeah, let's do it. I got lots to talk about. Lots has been going on. No, exclamation mark.
Exclamation
An upside down exclamation mark at the front and a regular exclamation mark at the back.
In Spanish, in Espanol. We'll be right back after this El Breako.
Apologies for this. One of my favorite last week tonight segments is when so John Oliver bought a bunch of Russell Crowe memorabilia and mailed it up to one of the two last Blockbusters in Alaska. But then those I think they closed maybe or something. I don't remember the order of events, but Russell Crowe then contacted this koala place and got the Koala Chlamydia Award named after John Oliver.
Fantastic.
Yeah. There's a chlamydia outbreak for koala in Australia.
What does the koala thing have to do with the Blockbuster thing?
He did that. Russell Crowe did it because John Oliver bought a bunch of Russell Crowe stuff and put it in a Blockbuster.
Just random. Okay.
A whole segment. So he did that to kind of like they were just messing with each other. No, and literally after that segment, he took his stuff off. He's like, "We're done. The show's over. We don't have anything left here." It was legit. Like they didn't say that whether or not they were coming back.
Wow.
For like a few days.
That's crazy.
They own the joke.
Huh.
Yeah, fun stuff. So
Welcome back to the gaming segment. I don't know how much of that conversation that we just had you have heard, but
bonus content
that might
after
be
the
some
show
bonus
if you add to our Patreon.
we talked about a couple more shows that we've been watching. So yeah, join us on Patreon to get that whole bonus content conversation. What have you been playing?
Well, I finished something.
Yes.
I finished it. I didn't just finish it. I 100%ed it. The Messenger.
Yeah.
Wow. I had to finish it.
Should I buy it right now?
Grind. I mean, it's not on sale. So I think if you have other stuff like it, play it at some point. So let here. How about you decide if you want to buy it after I talk about it a little.
Okay. I mean, you did talk about it last week, so like.
But I just so it's an homage. Now that I have like a better kind of understanding of it.
I'm into it. I like what you were telling me.
So I've never really I started with N64.
Yeah.
SNES era was like the height of 2D adventure platformer, whatever games, all whatever. That art style, everything. That was the peak of it. And I never really got into a lot of those. And so I don't have that like frame of reference. This being like a perfect homage to that era. Like Maya just sees it she's like, I want to play this. Like she recognizes it as familiar.
Yeah.
And it's like a perfectly like realized version of it. It just keeps going, man. You don't need to do everything. Yeah. I decided to do everything because there was even a DLC that I downloaded.
Oh, nice.
And the meta content and all of that. I also ordered a vinyl, a limited edition vinyl of I Am 8-Bit that was on sale that I haven't told Maya about yet.
Like a record?
Yeah, a record.
Cool.
That's super cool. Like I went all in on this. And the
you told me not to look at it too much, though, right? Like not.
Yeah, don't look at it too much. But so the studio that made this, they had announced their new Kickstarter that just got funded and whatnot, and yeah, I'm all in on this studio and this new property.
What's their name?
Sabotage Studio.
Cool.
I've got like a monkey with a crown logo. I believe that's them. I could have that wrong. But yeah, they bravo. The subreddit for the Messenger only has 1,000 subscribers, and everybody's pretty much like, this game is ridiculous.
How is it not bigger? Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people played it. They won a game award actually for best debut indie game.
Oh, cool.
However, they didn't win best indie game, and I'm pretty sure that went to Celeste. Now,
best
I'm happy.
What game?
Indie game, just overall indie game.
Yeah.
They got best debut. I played Celeste too. I like this more.
Yeah. Are they similar?
They're both pixel art, like jump around 2D, but very different games. They're not. They're very different games. People were saying Celeste for game of the year. I put this game above Celeste.
Wow.
Like, I think it's because Celeste was about depression, and like people are just obsessed with that. If you do a game about depression,
right?
This was just and this game was also very difficult. That's the other thing, is like, in the DLC was the hardest boss that I had to fight. It took an hour.
Are you serious?
I died 50 times, at least 100 times.
That turns me off a bit.
No, that it didn't ever run into anything like that in the regular game.
Okay.
Like ever. The bosses, you have to figure out the patterns. Right. But once you figure out the patterns, it's just boop, 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 and you get it.
And you say it's not too long. It's like 10 hours or something.
Yeah. If you don't want to collect everything, and I don't think you have to. And so I'd say wait till it goes on sale and then check it out. But it's just so cool. Music's so cool. Rainbow Eyes Dragon or something that did the music. Like it just feels good. I think even if you don't beat the game, it's fun to just play and get to a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, I think you should.
Because I want to play a game that we've both like recently played that we can talk about.
Yeah.
So I might try and play that this week, and then maybe that'll like get me back in the gaming mood, and I'll go back to Horizon or something.
I'm full steam ahead.
What else?
I've got my list of stuff I'm knocking out. I haven't played anything else yet, but I'm preparing to.
What is to come? We got to
I'm
finish
gonna
Doom.
play the first Assassin's Creed expansion today.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag expansion. That's the first one I'm gonna play. Then I'm gonna finish up the Origins expansion. Then I'm gonna start Odyssey at some point.
You haven't started it yet?
No, I never
Wow.
started it.
And is that from 2018?
Yeah, end of 2018.
Yeah.
Because I got to get that done for the new one. But we're not going to talk about that yet.
Are we not?
Do we want to talk about it?
What are we going to talk about?
There's other things that have happened. But
okay.
But the segue earlier about Britain also has to do with the new Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Uh-huh.
Have you watched the trailer?
I did.
Did you watch the reaction with them? I haven't watched.
I didn't watch the reaction yet. I'll be honest. The trailer didn't entirely do it for me.
Really? Okay, that's fair.
That's not to say it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It looked incredible, but as far as like the gameplay or the
okay, here I can talk about it.
Yeah.
So there was one moment that did it for me, and I thought he was dead. I was like, "Damn, this guy's gonna get killed too." And when he's fighting the big guy,
right?
And then when they pulled away, and it was the hidden blade in his eye,
right?
I wasn't expecting that at all. That was my hype moment. That was when I was like, okay, Assassin's Creed, baby, we got some Assassin Vikings. This is gonna be nuts. And I guess it's a little harder because you don't have that touch point,
right?
But let me talk a little bit about it. So
I'm gonna play the trailer in the background while you talk about it.
Okay.
What?
Interesting.
No, for on screen.
Oh, for the folks out there.
Got
you. Okay, so we've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's going to take place in the late 9th century, and which is late 800s, which is a setting that I've been super into. The opening sequence to Assassin's Creed Unity, which takes place during the French Revolution, the opening prologue is actually set hundreds of years before. In like medieval France, and Unity was also the first like truly next gen looking game, so it was beautiful. And immediately I was like, I want a medieval Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting that, but I'm like, how are they going to do that? I don't know how they're going to do that. Well, when they were doing the debut for the painting,
right,
they were to unveil that, and I saw castles, and I realized, oh my god, this isn't just going to be Vikings in Scandinavia going around in cold water. I had zero interest in that. I had absolutely zero interest in that, and discovered that no, you're going to be in England, baby, in Britain with like medieval castles and stuff.
Because there's that like British king guy who
Alfred the Great
hates these guys. Yeah.
Now, they said they made him look a lot more villainous in the trailer. They're going to do a better job of evening out the history. Vikings have typically been portrayed as bloodthirsty,
sure,
crazy people. It's interesting. They're going to make them kind of the good guys. But
this trailer clearly tries to show that they're just normal humans.
So the trailer is a bit exaggerated. Once the actual game comes out, it'll be a little bit more nuanced with how they do that. I already know they can pull it off because they pulled it off with Assassin's Creed 3 with the Americans and the British. You know, the British were the bad guys and the Americans were the good guys, but there were bad people on both sides. There's good people on both sides. It's not so cut and dry.
Right.
And so they've said they're going to make sure to respect as much as they can. But the basis theme of this is you are Eivor, the main character, male or female, and you're gonna start in Norway, but eventually you're gonna make your way towards Britain, and that is where most of the game will take place.
Cool.
Including your Viking settlement, which you will expand.
Yes.
And grow, and oh my god,
you love stuff like that.
That was you know it. You know that is my thing. Assassin's Creed 2 with the villa. Assassin's Creed 4, you get a little pirate thing, and it was hardly anything.
Yeah.
I want little villages to expand, and in Assassin's Creed, are you kidding me? On next gen, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
In Britain with castles, are you kidding me?
So
oh my god.
Is this the medieval one that you've been wanting, or could they still do a medieval?
They could 100% keep it going,
like a Knights of the Round Table kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe that'll be the next one.
That'd be really cool.
Maybe that'll be the next one. But
I do love the idea of Vikings more than almost anything they've done, except for maybe the pirates. But it's just the fact that Black Flag was like a
So
PS3 game?
I will point. It's PS4.
Was it?
It was the debut. So it was PS3 and PS4.
Okay.
But Black Flag was, and I didn't get it on PS3 because I wanted it on. Once I saw the PS4 features, rain, like cool rain, like
Right.
that's what we were excited about back then, and slightly better lighting. I was like, I will wait till I get a PS4 and I will get that game. And so the studio, this is Ubisoft Montreal, formerly with damn, I don't have his name. The director, he's like incredible.
Okay.
This is the same studio that made Black Flag and that made Origins.
Okay.
And now they're making this one. And those are two of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. I haven't played Odyssey yet, but Origins felt perfect. Like, I don't know how to describe it for what that was. And really like launched Assassin's Creed into the more RPG. Odyssey blew it out, made it huge, like massive RPG. And this is now refining everything. The features they're talking about, like.
What was the game before Origins? Main game, at least. Was it Black Flag?
Syndicate?
Oh, the not well.
No, Syndicate was good.
I thought Syndicate.
So we went Black Flag.
Yeah.
Then the next year, that would have been 2013, Black Flag. The crossover. So it was the debut PS4, but also it was on PS3. What were you gonna ask?
No. I'm listening to your timeline.
So then 2014, that's when it splits. So we get Assassin's Creed Unity, the first built for next gen Assassin's Creed game, comes out. It has still some of the most beautiful graphics and lighting on this current generation of consoles, but rife with bugs, some issues and stuff. They ended up patching it. I played it later. I had so much fun.
Okay, is that the one that was not well received that you ended up really liking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I get the flaws, but
Sure.
I was able to take it for what it was and not have a bunch of stuff get in the way. But at the same time, as Unity came out for PS4 and Xbox One, Assassin's Creed Rogue came out for PS3 and 360, which was you play a Templar, not an assassin.
Okay.
In a similar time period to Assassin's Creed 3 around the Revolution in the northern icy part of the country, up in those seas. And it was apparently really, really well received at the time because it was more traditional Assassin's Creed, a better story and whatnot. I ended up playing the remastered version a year or so ago, and it was fun. I just kind of went through it to have it in my brain.
Yeah.
2015, we get Syndicate, I believe. And then I think I'd say I'm getting mixed up now because
for some reason
I want to say they then took a year off.
Okay.
And did Origins in 2017.
Okay.
But there's no way they didn't do Origins.
Did they do those back to back?
They must have done them back to back.
I feel like they might
and I think
have.
that's what it was they took a year off to do Origins, and I was like, perfect, they'll take a year off again, and they didn't. And it was because another team in the background was working on Odyssey, so it wasn't the same team. So then we get
when Origins was done, they then started working on this one.
Exactly. And
we're still hoping for a like samurai Assassin's Creed 2, right? Will Ghost of Tsushima like ever take the place of that for you, or do you still want?
Ghost of Tsushima is gonna be better. It's gonna be an actual.
But will that make you like not even care if you get Assassin's Creed? You'll still want that too.
Because I don't want a samurai Assassin's Creed game. I think
Ninja.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like it's so perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got 14 was Rogue and Unity, 15 was Syndicate, 16 they took off, 17 was Origins, 18 was Odyssey, 20 is Valhalla.
Wow.
And Origins I also played late. Syndicate I ended up playing, and that was great. It was London, just mainly like the big city of London.
I think I watched you play that one a bit.
Yeah,
I played that one a little bit even. Like you let me run around and like climb Big Ben and stuff.
It's cool, yeah. It's not just like the thing that got me into Assassin's Creed at the end of the day is climbing stuff. I like landmarks. I want to climb them and look at it's just cool.
It's part of why
to,
you
like,
like
be there.
Uncharted so much too, right? Like all the climbing mechanics and stuff.
Yeah, it's really good, and the set pieces, the just the places you visit.
Yeah.
My one of my favorite moments is Uncharted is you come around in the very first game and you just see the fort that you're going to. That established what Uncharted was for the next 10
4
years
games,
or
yeah.
whatever it was. But I still need to play Odyssey. I'm going to finish Origins, hopefully jump on that. But this team is working on this, and now we get all of Britain, pretty much. Like, it's going to be almost all of Britain. It's going to be massive.
That's
But
so
they have
weird because
also-
like I don't think of that with Vikings, but I think
Yeah, so
that'll
this
be cool.
was the period where they were
Invading.
coming in and going over there a lot.
Yeah.
And they eventually stopped, but I'm like, that's a perfect time period to do this because then you can kind of get both.
Right.
I'd be down for like Europe and England. I don't know how they could do that with more medieval. Get some more countries involved. Maybe Ireland even. Like the whole. But we'll see. I don't care. I trust them. I want a ninja game. I want a China game. I want an ancient China Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, I
they've done
told
the
you-
smaller versions.
This game seems like it might be the first one I really sink my teeth into. And then if it works for me, because I feel like Assassin's Creed is a little too daunting for me. It seems like a little too much for me to like feel like I could really grasp.
I've been thinking about that. I think you're right. I think you're right on point with this.
Because I think I like a little bit more streamlines. Like I know exactly where I need to go, kind of things. And when the world is so big and I have so many choices, it's like it's overwhelming to me. But I love the look of this.
They're saying it's going to be a lot more. I'm getting cyberpunk vibes of freedom, levels of freedom,
Okay.
whereas Odyssey apparently gave you all this gear you can customize with. In this, it'll really be like everything will be unique. So it'll be like if you find something like and you want to use it, and it's gonna feel. It sounds more natural the way that the flow is gonna go. You'll do raids. That'll be like kind of story set pieces. Is like okay, go and raid this or whatever this military whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna do a gameplay reveal coming up. But
So-
I'm
It's
ready.
supposed to come out what November, December?
Launch with the new consoles. I
Holiday
believe.
2020. Okay. Yeah.
So speaking of the gameplay, that we're gonna see gameplay in like 4 days.
Of Assassin's Creed.
Because they announced that. Well, first of all, I'm getting kind of ahead of myself. Jeff Keighley announced the Summer Game Fest.
Yes, I
Which-
haven't heard much about it. I saw that they said that, but I haven't really seen what it is.
Will be a 4-month celebration of games.
Oh.
Basically starting next week and running up until August, until when Gamescom would take place.
Right.
With he has like an on stage live. Apparently he started like a new show last year.
Gamescom is in what, Germany?
Yeah, in Germany.
Yeah.
And they've already announced they're going digital. So this was already in the works, but they've accelerated the plans because of the COVID situation.
Sure.
But it's going to be basically it's a platform where developers and publishers and everybody will be able to make announcements over this course of time, all under this banner, and like kind of just keep the hype train rolling.
And just kind of like slot yourself in where you fit the best and when
Yep.
it's most like appropriate for you guys. That's cool.
So-
You don't have to
so
rush
some-
for a certain convention or anything. It's like when
No.
you're ready,
Yep.
this is your platform.
And everybody can kind of find their own niche. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. E3 was amazing because it was just like just explosion after explosion after explosion. But it's almost gotten to the point where you couldn't even consume it all because the industry's so big now.
Right.
And
In such a compact amount of time, you mean.
in such a compact amount of time, like
Yeah.
so much is going to get missed. So many people are going to try to put news out and get missed. What this allows now is everybody can have their moment to shine.
Right.
Everybody can have their moment to shine. Now, the first one up. Now, there's some big partners were announced. Xbox is on board. They announced the Phase 1 partners. PlayStation was part of that.
Cool.
Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Warner Brothers. There's like a lot of big names. Xbox announced, and this will be, I think, the first event to kind of kick it off on Thursday, May 7th at 8 a.m. will be the first Xbox Series X game reveal.
Oh yes, I'm off, so I'm gonna be watching that. I can't wait.
Yeah, let's do a video. Let's do let's do a
live reaction
video. This is gonna be, dude. This is the first next gen anything footage we're gonna see.
Yeah.
Now, Phil Spencer has since confirmed it will be no first party. So we're not seeing Halo. We're not seeing probably Flight Simulator. It'll be, but it's gonna be Assassin's Creed. So it'll be the gameplay debut of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, next gen graphics. Like, we're seeing it next week.
So I'm sorry. Does Microsoft make Halo?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
There
own
isn't like
Halo.
a studio. They just
Bungie created Halo.
right.
And
do
then
they
they
still
were
make
done
it?
with Halo. Huh?
They don't still make it.
No, they were done with Halo, and they
Right.
were like, okay, we have established ourselves as an industry great studio.
Right.
We want to go do our own thing that we own, that we control, and so they went and made Destiny.
Right.
And they're doing that, and
A
they
lot.
changed the industry arguably, like through that loot shooter type of thing. It's been a interesting path, but I think they would be happy with where they're at. When they left, 343 Studios took over, Industries, I think it's Studios, took over the Halo franchise, made Halo 4 and Halo 5, which Halo 4 was Halo 5 was and we're hoping that this is their kind of,
And they're a Microsoft studio, so that's what makes it first party.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
just like Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch with Ghost of Tsushima and stuff with
being
Sony.
PlayStation, yeah.
The current rumor now is that the Series X, first party, all of that kind of stuff will be later in June.
Okay.
Possibly
Under the same umbrella,
everything's going to be
Game
under
Pass.
this.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And it's like, then we have the Game Awards in December. Like, we're getting this year-long. I love
Jeff
it.
Keighley
Thank
Fest.
you, Jeff Keighley is, I think it was, they compared him to like Kevin Feige.
Of games, yeah.
Just kind of link everything together and power it all up.
He's the glue, yeah.
Now, unfortunately, Nintendo was not on the Phase 1 list.
Okay.
Now, they normally would have had an E3 Direct. They, in the first week of June or that second week of June, they've announced they will not be debuting a Direct in June, and it will be at a later date due to COVID. They're still, all of their stuff that they have cooking, and I'm really getting a little anxious and a little nervous. They're work from home is not easy in Japan. They do not like that. They are having to adapt on a rapid pace right now, especially a studio as secretive as Nintendo.
Yeah.
That does not leak and does not, none of that.
Because you're hoping for Breath of the Wild 2, right? For this year?
I'm not even concerned about Breath of the Wild 2 at this point. I've already, and it's done. I don't think it's coming out this year.
Okay.
I think that they lost that.
Okay.
Maybe. But the Mario remasters.
Oh.
I think they can still do it. I think they're going to get it done in time, but they're not going to be able to announce it until later.
Sure. Which is fine.
Well, no, we haven't gotten a Direct. It could be a year. The last real Direct was in September.
But still, it's okay.
This is the longest drought. Like, man, I'm hurting.
Yeah.
There's a lot out there that.
But think how much fun it'll be like when we finally get one after all that time.
Yeah, it's gonna be hopefully.
It's gonna be awesome.
Hopefully they have it. It could be the most jam-packed one ever, and maybe they're just biting the bullet now, and they're gonna just
blow our minds later.
Buddy, because they know they're up against the consoles, the new
Sure.
consoles this year. They're killing it with this though. Switches are sold out everywhere. Animal Crossing is breaking numbers. But man, yeah, it's just one thing after another right now. I was kind of losing my mind last week.
So you had also mentioned that Sony's got a date to release info, right? Also,
nothing's official. Rumors. There's a current rumor that on Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, they will announce their announcement. Now, I believe this is true because Microsoft is doing something on Thursday, and what better way to undercut them than 2 days before be like, hey, by the way, we're going here, because people have been so starved for PlayStation news, they're extra thirsty.
Yeah.
So any kind of announcement, everybody's going to blah, 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 blah.
Xbox has been slowly giving them stuff over time. So I mean, we already see what the console looks like.
Xbox is doing exactly the perfect right now because they have to get themselves back going again.
Right.
The hope is that Sony isn't sweating over there and isn't prepared. I want everybody to be killing it right now.
So whatever this date is that we find out on Tuesday, let's say it's a week from Tuesday,
June 4th.
Do you think we then see what
the
it looks
console
like?
We will see the console. I think
want to see it so bad.
And there's a rumor of June 4th.
Okay.
I want to see it
whole
so
month.
bad. Yeah. I know, man. They're killer. But if they announce on Tuesday, then I'll feel better.
Actually having a date.
Yeah,
for
to
once.
look forward to.
Yeah. Because you were hoping for it back in February?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted them to emulate Nintendo, kind of, but I don't know. It makes sense.
We're still going to get a bunch of great consoles and games and stuff.
Well, there's already games coming out.
Right.
And that Sony has, and I'm assuming they're focused on that right now. So Last of Us got a new release date after being said it was coming out delayed indefinitely, which freaked me out.
Right.
June 19th.
Still
June
really
19th.
soon. Crap, I gotta...
I have officially told Maya, this is good. This will be the game we play together. I told Maya when she's done on break.
Yeah.
I already kind of walked her through it. I'm like,
when
we're
is
gonna
that?
play Last of Us, like 2 more weeks.
Man, if I could finish Horizon and then like all of us could be playing Last of Us at the same time.
I would recommend that, dude. Horizon, it just tickle it a little, and it'll grab you again.
I know.
Just feel Aloy running around.
I just need to take like a couple months off of work or something. That'll be fine.
I know it's brutal. My focus is to beat as many games and play as many games. I'm like trying to ramp that up, so I'm figuring out where I can fit the time in.
Yeah.
I'll probably start getting up early again. Staying up late just takes it out of you.
Definitely.
But Ghost of Tsushima now July 17th.
And it was supposed to be when?
June 26th.
Oh, so not too bad.
It only got about 3 weeks, but that gives Last of Us time to breathe.
Right. Because they don't want to compete with each other.
No.
And Cyberpunk does not have a date.
September.
Okay. So it got pushed the most.
Oh, we're gonna see Cyberpunk on Thursday, potentially, because they're partnering with Xbox. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the marketing partner with Xbox.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well, like it'll be on the box or something.
Commercials. If you see a commercial for it, it'll say Xbox.
Gotcha.
At Xbox's conference, they'll show it off, the gameplay, for example. We're not going to see Assassin's Creed gameplay at the Sony PS5 reveal.
Even though it'll come out for PS5.
Horizon 2. Yeah.
Yeah, Cyberpunk, dude, that's going to be crazy.
I know. I'm not prepared to see that on next gen. The whole thing is if there's smart delivery for PS5, just like they've announced. So the way that works is if you buy Cyberpunk on Xbox One, you don't just get the Xbox One version of Cyberpunk on Series X. You just now own the Series X version of Cyberpunk also. Right. That's how it should be. That better be how Sony's doing it.
Yep.
They're gonna hurt if they don't do that.
I feel like they're not.
They have to.
Not going to be.
That's not what.
I feel like they're not going to do that now.
No, they have to. They'll lose. And they know they'll lose their lead. Everything they earned this generation is gone. Gone if they do that. But we'll see.
Hopefully they're capable of it.
Yeah, it's just give me the game for free. That's literally all it is. If I give you $60 for the
I see what you mean.
version of Cyberpunk, then give me the PS5 version for free. That's all it is.
I was thinking of like backwards and forwards compatibility.
They've already announced that. Sony's already announced that that's going to work.
Yeah.
And they're just working on kind of patching each game by game. So I very much expect to play my PS4 version of God of War in a boost mode on PS5, running at 60 frames per second. But it won't be a PS5 version of God of War. There won't need to be a PS5 version of God of War anymore.
Right.
Maybe they do that, but I don't see why they would. since the code is fine. They just bump it up with the specs in a patch.
Just to run at its full capacity, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other announcements for this Game Fest thing? Will Keeley be like hosting the whole thing? Like, is this going to be his job for the next 4 months?
I don't even know what he does. He's just going. So it'll be one of the things he's doing. They're partnering with I Am 8-Bit, which is the creative partner with E3 usually. Didn't know that. But I will add, there was one more thing that came out, not in Summer Games Fest, although rumors are that WB will have a press conference. Bethesda will put their press conference in there. We're probably hear about Starfield and Elder Scrolls and and the new Batman.
Dude,
and stuff.
Elder Scrolls. I keep forgetting that they've teased a new game, right? Like, didn't they show like a little?
They showed the landscape and the logo.
Was that at our E3? Or was that the year after?
No, I think it was.
That's wild. And it's like that really pretty, like, green hills and blue sky kind of look, right?
That would be my first Elder Scrolls.
The absolute opposite of Skyrim.
Yeah.
Just being all gray and gross.
And then I've got a lot of uhs and things and uns and uns. Sorry.
It's okay. That's what editing's for.
But Battlefront 2, have you heard?
No.
Officially done.
They're not going to update anymore?
Yep. They tied the bow, the ribbon, and now everybody's saying how it's one of the greatest Star Wars games of all time.
That makes me happy. I like that.
Makes me very happy.
I like that they can, like, wipe their hands and be like, we did a good job with that.
With the final update, they added Scarif and completed. Now there is content for pretty much every single movie, has everything in there.
That's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Is there something for Solo?
Yeah. There's maps, there's skins, there's all kinds
maps?
of stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Kessel. You can run around on Kessel, I'm pretty sure. We need to play this at some point.
I know.
But so now that this is like boom, the player base I'm hoping is stable.
Yeah.
But DICE tied their hands. They have one more update to Battlefield 5 this summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going radio silent until next fall.
So if they're done with Battlefront 2, is there a need for a Battlefront 3?
They're not going on to Battlefront 3 right now.
Right. Like, it just seems weird because it was so quick between Battlefront 1 and 2. That's like, so are they just going to make a new Battlefront game? But like, if this one's in such a good place, then I don't see why they would make a new one.
Battlefront 1 was a tech demo. It was, let's get a Star Wars game out. Let's make the base. It's not going to have that much stuff in it, but it'll have enough stuff in it. And then let's use that to jump to a platform for Battlefront 2. I don't know how they predicted the entire history, the whole life cycle of Battlefront 2 was going to go.
Right.
But I assume that they were able to add all this stuff in. They didn't need to make a third game to add all this stuff in.
The only reason would be to give us more campaigns, I feel like, to play.
Yeah,
but even still, I feel like they could just put that into Battlefront 2 as an expansion or something.
I would even argue that the campaign not being very great made them realize they shouldn't probably put a campaign.
I don't think it's worth a whole new game, but if I would buy a $5, $10 like new campaign for a new story or something. It wasn't that exciting, but to be, a little cheap add-on. What?
Who's doing that? They need to copy that model.
Who is doing that?
Call of Duty.
Adding campaigns into the game? Yeah, because they added Modern Warfare 2 or something, I think, that you could just add and stick into your current Modern Warfare game.
Can we get a Star Wars Battle Royale?
Dude, someone's thought of it. Someone has tried something. I can't
believe I'm just now realizing that this is a potential. I want that structure. I want Star Wars Battle Royale with multiplayer Battlefront, all of that.
Yep.
And then give me piecemeal campaigns.
Yes. That you could just pick and choose from.
I'm so happy you said that because I was like, and then I was like, wait, they figured out a model. Somebody's done it. There's the blueprint.
This is like the new Call of Duty platform. So if they could just have like a Battlefront platform and just, I guess they won't be updating the multiplayer very much, but if they did come out with a Battle Royale in a year or two, that would be really cool.
I would think that would be a Battlefront 3 thing. That would be the reason to, on the next gen, bring this code and work in, upgrade it a little bit, build a new model in there, and structure for some campaigns. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but
that would be amazing.
But yeah, and so they've said no Battlefront 3. It's gonna be a new Battlefield game next year.
Okay.
And oh boy, do I really just want it to be Bad Company 3. That's just all I want. That's all I want. Please give it to us. Like,
the most recent one was what? World War 1, 2, 5? No.
Battlefield 5, which was
World War
War
5.
II.
Right, yeah.
Battlefield 1 was before that, which was
Right.
World War 1.
Right.
Because, it's Battlefield 1 because of World War 1, and then Battlefield 5 because of World War 5. It lines up exactly.
I really hate their naming structure a lot.
Yeah. I've gotten to a point where naming structure doesn't even really matter at this point.
Not at this point, not
Xbox
anymore.
360, One, Series X, like, yeah, people weren't like, I'm not going to use this because of the
iPhone
name.
7, 8, 10.
It just becomes the name, and that's
10
what you
Pro,
use.
yeah.
So because I'm with you, I used to be really annoyed and want everybody to get perfect naming, and then it just all went out the window.
Yep.
So,
So
but yeah,
Series X is good.
The what?
Series X is good because it's like the Apple software. Like when they went to like Mojave and Maverick and like all those things. Like it's not a number anymore. It's just
Mac OS
it's a name
with a label, like a name label.
Right.
Yeah, I like that too, and I like that they've officially said it. They're like, the new platform is called Xbox. People don't understand that. Like, the next gen console is called Xbox. And this console is Series X. So that's the other thing, is they could unveil the new console next Thursday. I don't think they will. I think that would be at the
What
later
new console?
The Lockhart, the cheaper version.
Oh, okay.
That people are rumoring will be called Series S.
S and X are too close. It's too hard to kind of distinguish.
Right now they have the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But I think they're gonna.
I hate it.
I mean, it makes sense that they keep the naming. They just need to come out with the Xbox One E, and then we're good.
And the 1P. Just so it sounds sort of similar and it confuses people.
Sexp.
You're doing it, Elon Musk. I see.
Yeah. What did you do?
I was just trying to think of something that sounds like E, so it confuses me. Because it will.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, no, because they have Series S and X.
Yeah. No, so they need a Series 3.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Xbox 3. We haven't gotten that yet.
Got 360,
yeah,
which was the Xbox 2.
But yeah, I'm excited. Next week should be it's the beginning, I think. It's gonna we've all been waiting for E3 usually, but this has changed things now, and so.
But this is sooner than E3.
That's what I was saying. This isn't what their E3 was going to be.
Right, but like we're getting a little bit of news earlier than we would have, which is nice.
Which I love. Yeah, I'm super excited. Break it up, spread it out. Like, let that hype, like we were saying with the once a week TV show kind of a thing.
Right.
Don't dump it all on us at once. Let us kind of feel it out.
So yeah, check our channel, because I'm sure we'll do reaction videos to a lot of these things. So check out the YouTube channel to see if we've watched any of these press conferences and unveilings and things like that. We're also going to be doing Clone Wars tonight, which is exciting.
Yes.
The final episode.
Oh my god, I'm not ready.
I'm nervous. I'm like kind of nervous.
Really nervous.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm sad. I've loved the feeling of like the next one coming up.
Yeah. I can't believe it's already over tonight.
12 weeks? Well, think about it. With the start of this, we were together.
I know. It's insane.
It
feels like this has been going on longer than that, though.
Yeah.
We did 3 episodes up there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Time is crazy.
It is. It really doesn't make much sense. So just forget about it and do what you want to do and get as much done as you can.
Definitely. You got anything else?
I don't got anything else.
Well,
I think I'd spoken up for today. Thanks.
No, that was good. You've informed me. You've informed a lot of us, I'm sure. Thank you for watching.
I want to know what people think about the new Assassin's Creed, because I'm hyped. I put in here all caps. I love Assassin's Creed with a little heart.
I'm not hyped
It's okay.
yet, but I think that's just Assassin's Creed for me for some reason.
I think you're gonna have to play it. So I
Yes.
think it was Gary Whitta
Mhm.
said this was gonna be the first Assassin's Creed he plays on games.
I would have thought he's played them already.
I did too. I think this is gonna be the first one I play, and it seems like the most newcomer friendly.
Sure.
In terms of like the gameplay and stuff, where it's like whatever you've imagined being assassin is and running around, I think you're gonna be able to just do it, and it won't be frustrating.
Real quick, on the same vein as some good news, can we talk about the Gary Whitta Animal Crossing show that he's doing, where he like has this whole studio set up and he's having guests on, and
it's Animal Talk. Is that what it's called?
I think so. Let me pull it up real quick.
There's a Polygon article.
Polygon.
Great site for getting news. I check it every day, every morning. I'm gonna check it right now. I'm gonna see if there's anything that's happened.
Okay, I found it.
Oh no, just about how GTA Online's green and purple alien war is taking over the internet. We did play some GTA and we did some heisting.
We finally did the second heist, the prison break heist. And honestly, I feel like we could have done it all in one if I hadn't been really stupid the first time we got into the prison. I just kind of forgot what we had to do, and I let myself get killed.
We were figuring it out. I didn't remember what was going on. I was watching Maya's screen and I'm like, wow, I'm really glad I'm not in there.
But it's so funny because I've never done the part that you did. I've done that heist maybe 3 or 4 times, and I've always been the prison person.
It's literally just drive to the airport, fly to the other airport, fly around, land, fly.
Sounds fun.
It is fun. I love flying.
Yeah.
And my most anticipated game might be friggin' Flight Simulator.
Yes, we know.
Part of the reason I want Series X. Okay, now I'm going to talk for an hour about Flight.
No, please don't. You do that every week.
I know. I'm going to do it every week.
Okay, here. Rogue One Writer launches a late-night talk show inside Animal Crossing, and here's the cute little studio that he built. Someone built, probably.
No, he built it. He made it.
He built it, yeah.
Yeah, he said he started putting out stuff for like people to send him items. They say he had most of it, but there were still a few things that he didn't have.
So he wants to have guests on the show. He's doing on Twitch, and then he'll have highlights on YouTube.
Nice.
First guest was Naomi Kyle, and he promises more celebrity guests, musical acts, and stand-up comedians in the future. I just think that's such a fun idea.
Nick's gonna go on and do comedy.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Because I love that. Because like late night shows always have the comedy guy.
Right.
That comes on at the end. So yeah, there's 5 episodes. Oh, he has the full episodes on YouTube as well. As well as a highlight reel.
I wonder if they'll be family friendly if it's in Animal Crossing. Because he's not very family friendly.
Gary Whitta, man, he's awesome.
I know, I love him.
He's any punch. But he's also a family man, so that's why it's so weird. Like,
right. He loves that game though.
Yeah.
It's an amazing game. So much. Yeah.
Huh? He what?
He plays it. He talks about it so much.
Yeah.
Anyways, little tangent. Thank you for watching and listening. If you've been watching, you can listen to us on the podcast app on iTunes. Or if you've been listening, you can watch us on YouTube on the Huber Rebels channel. We also do Rebel React videos there to movies and TV shows. And you can subscribe to us on Patreon to get bonus content, pre-show, post-show, middle shows, extra little short videos from time to time. It's all there. Lots of content. But until then, my name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan. We are the Huber Rebels.
Till next time.
Welcome to the Flight Simulator Rebellion. I'm now going to talk about it every week.
It's not even an update. It's just you're just going to keep talking about it.
Exactly.